Hi guys, welcome back. This is for the Taurus men. For the Taurus men for the weekend. It's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's for the 9th to the 11th. August 9th to August 11th. Spirit guides, can we please get a reading in love and romance for the Taurus men? What do they need to know this weekend? What do they need to know this weekend for the Taurus men? What is there? What love messages are there for the Taurus men for the weekend, August 9th to 11th? All right, we got Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, the Empress, Tower, King of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness, what in the world? On the bottom, the Hermit. So you're the Hermit, huh? Ace of Cups underneath that. This is the read. Let's look at it. You know what I want to do too? I want to use the Oracle cards first. And then I want to see what the message is before I just guess to things. I mean, pretty much the messages come through, but it saves so much time just to get a little hint from the Oracle cards as to what direction it's going, because then I don't want to explain to you the whole breakdown of a card for every single card. This way I just have to tell you what's relevant. All right. This is a Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. What do we have? Thank you. Okay, first one out, we have Embrace Your Emotions. And on the bottom, we have Be Authentic to Who You Are, which is all about speaking how you feel, being who you are, expressing yourself. Anything else? Anything else, Spirit? I'll do 3 shuffles. 1. Thank you. Appreciate this moment. Spiritual connection. All right. And then let's see, we've got Romance Angels. What do we have? For the Taurus men for the 9th to the 11th. Any messages here, please, Spirit? What do we have for the Taurus men for the 9th to the 11th? Children. You deserve love. Anything else? Anything else? Heart-to-heart conversations, religious factors. Yep, that makes sense. All right, let's look at this. So we start with the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Ace of Swords, clarity, seeing things like making a decision even, speaking up. Page of Cups, this is a communication from the heart. And here she's got this cup that she's looking in. It's almost like it's a divination tool, like she's looking into it and seeing messages. But the Page of Cups is like a sincere love message. Empress, that's Venus energy, that's Taurus and Libra. Could be dealing with someone like that. But this is somebody who is very nurturing and enriching to know. Tower is sudden change. Like there's some kind of manifestation here, some kind of air energy with the butterflies. She's sending some kind of message out of love. And the Tower card is showing sudden change, shocking news. It's either good or bad, depending on what's around it. And honestly, all the cards around this are positive. You have such beautiful energy. You have a Page of Cups, which is like a sincere, endearing love message. It's beautiful. You have the truth with the Ace of Swords. You have the wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. You have the emotional fulfillment, the happily ever after card with the Ten of Cups. You have the King of Wands as a person, and you have the Empress as a person. For the Empress, it, like I said, could be Taurus or Libra. It doesn't have to be. It's somebody who is very nurturing, and she brings beauty and life and energy to everybody and everything. Like she's somebody who it enriches your life to know them, right? Brings joy, beauty, love to your life. The King of Wands is somebody who's now taking action. Okay, from the inaction of the Hermit, we've got the King of Wands is making your mind up and taking action. King of Wands is Action Jackson. He will not sit back. We get a lot of King of Pentacles for you guys, which is Taurus energy. We get a lot of King of Swords for you guys, which usually it's holding back, thinking, thinking, thinking. Now, no more thinking. The King of Wands is doing. It's an action card. Hermit card in love. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Okay, Empress is always a favorite, but the Hermit is somebody who has their lamp lit for someone. They've been watching somebody. They're looking up at the Empress, right? They're looking up, and a Hermit is someone who is devoted. They have a standard. It has to be what they want or someone better than that to get them out of the cave. They're very spiritual. They've done the work. They are wanting somebody who is also spiritual. That's why you get cards like religious factors. And where's that? Where's that card? Spiritual connection. Let's put these two together. The religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path, and then spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. You can see that there's like a path that links both of their foreheads. And then you see here, they're both in it's like past life scenarios. Here they're dancing. Here there's a couple with a child here who's holding a parasol, and they're walking a leopard and a panther. And I've said it before, it's like they're different, but they're so similar. So it's a spiritual connection from the past. And the religious factors that affect your love life is because you need someone spiritual as well. Now, here's my deep thought of the day, because I've been ruminating on this for a few days. Spiritual people have to get with spiritual people. Because if you are a very spiritual person, regular people who do not tune into their intuition or psychic abilities, or they don't meditate, they don't feel things, they're not like intuitive and sensitive. If they're not like that and you're somebody who's spiritual, it could cause a lot of problems. How? Well, there's always psychic attacks, there's spiritual issues, obstacles, whatever. And when you're someone who's super spiritual, if the people around you are not capable or aware like you are, then what happens is negative energies and other people's energies and psychic attacks, whatever you want to call it, in whatever way you want to say it, it uses these people to get to you. And like, you need someone who's strong mentally and spiritually to be able to discern the bullshit, what's free will, and what is some kind of external energy. Because otherwise, a lot of trouble can happen, and a lot of obstacles. And this is my realization. When you're super spiritual, you need to get with another super spiritual person. Otherwise, you'll either be explaining yourself for the rest of your life, where this person is always going to be other person going to be always undermining, your beliefs, or acting like you're, fruity, loopy, whatever, crazy or whatever. And it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. You're just fucking dense. You're a fucking rock. You don't sense anything. You don't see anything. You deny it. That's not my fucking problem, right? And you don't want to explain yourself. Therefore, and thus, you should be with a spiritual person. If you're super spiritual, so that you don't have to, you don't have to make excuses and accommodate, a troglodyte or some caveman. I don't know, whatever. Children, your love life is being affected by children. You want kids, or you're thinking about kids. Ace of Cups comes up for kids. Page of Cups comes up for kids. You either have kids, you want kids, they have kids, the person you're dealing with. Somehow children are involved. They can even speak to your childhood issues. So that child card works in all kinds of ways. Then you have Be authentic to who you are. Embrace your emotions, meaning you push down your, it says, don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. That card is saying, feel your feels. It's okay. Especially when you're dealing with someone spiritual, there's nothing to be embarrassed about at all. Like, embrace all your feelings. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Exactly, which ties back into the spiritual cards. You need a spiritual person, whatever, okay? And then embrace this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And whenever I see this card with the conch shell or whatever, and she's looking in it, I always feel like it's somebody who's watching a tarot video. You know, like she's watching this, you know, image, this vision, whatever you want to call it, playing out. And you know what's funny? She is too. The Page of Cups. They're very similar. Do you see that? It's like they're both looking into something, like it's a seeing pool or something, like some kind of magical tool to see things. A seer. So it's saying appreciate this moment. Because this is about messages. And this is saying each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And even with this, it's showing like a message, right? Something to do with a heart-centered message here. Heart-to-heart conversations honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And you deserve love, you're lovable. So there has to be action taken here. There has to be conversation taken here, which implies there hasn't been. There's the Chariot again. Strength. All right, let's pull a, where's that other one? Journey of Love. Spirit guides, can we get one last love card for the Taurus man? One last love card for the Taurus man. For the weekend, it's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 9th to 11th. What love messages are there for the Taurus man for the 9th to the 11th? I have to say, though, it's important to note, you're looking good and you have a lot of options, okay? Because I see the King of Wands, and I have to say, with the Nine of Cups too, in this deck, there's a lot of fish in the sea. And out of them, there's 9 fish, and out of them, you've got the bigger ones and the smaller ones, and you have a lot of options, okay? So it's showing here, you're somebody who looks good, takes care of themselves, and you have options in love, right? This is very attractive energy. And 10 of Cups is here showing some kind of emotional fulfillment, happily ever after union with someone. That's 2. Okay, all right. We got acceptance. And that, see, I have to say these things as they come because that's the nudge I get from spirit guides. That's the nudge. Let's see. What do I want to cover up here? Okay, let's go here. Like this. The light field. So I'm going to read acceptance and 3 to 1. So 55 first. And acceptance says, you have offered yourself, asked to be of service to the greater good, created something that you want to contribute towards a healing of our world, and your offer has been gratefully accepted by the divine. Know this and be at peace. This oracle brings you a message. You are completely received, accepted by the divine just as you are. There is nothing to change, just you to be. You have made an offering of a prayer, a sacrifice of an attachment, and a giving of a desire to be of service. You make a contribution to the world, and your offer is joyfully being transformed into the seeds of how this can best be. Your next step is about to begin. And then the poem says, shall we find some sunshine amongst the cloudy days, a gentle touch that softly warms and leads us on our way past stately oaks and candles glow and places we've never been, a friend to share the memories before it's home again. So it looks like you've made some kind of offering to the divine. You've said some kind of prayer, and you've left, like you've made space, because it says a sacrifice of an attachment and the giving of a desire to be of service, to make a contribution to the world. Your offers joyfully being transformed into the seeds. How this can best be. Your next step's about to begin. You would know better than me what that is, but it looks like you made an offer of yourself, right? You made the sacrifice. 10. Okay, it says 3-1. There is a heavenly child in your midst. Look, children, okay? It may be within your heart, in your womb, or a glimmer in your eyes soon to be. This child holds the key to the fulfillment of a process that is happening for you now. The child might be a physical culmination of your marriage or commitment to another. It might be a symbolic birthing of a new self after a time of learning to bring male energies of protection and discernment together with female energies of feeling and creativity, whether within yourself or in your relationship with another. The child might symbolically be a new life, an improved relationship, a book, a new job, a completely renewed way of dealing with what was once a challenging issue and so soon will not be an issue for you anymore. Just to name some examples, from masculine to feminine to child, there is just one. A new reality dawning with grace. This oracle holds a message for you. New life is upon you now. You are being reborn, and you will give birth to what is meant for you this lifetime. There is no need to worry. Just pray with an open heart that you may be supported to fulfill your destiny. You already are, of course, but prayer can help you realize it. The rest is in the loving and capable hands of the divine. And the poem says, love is what makes the heart beat faster, the lump in my throat, the feeling of missing you so much that I can't wait to be with you again. And then we are, and I look in your eyes deeper and I know the unspoken words that say I love you and feel words in return. How short each lifetime seems, but what I feel with you lasts forever. May love be the compass that guides you on the course of a lifetime. Oh my goodness. All right, Taurus. This is a very spiritual Taurus, but I already know the first Taurus man that I even did these readings for, and you know who you are, and I'm pretty sure you still watch these readings once in a while. He's very spiritual. I don't know if this is for him, or I don't know if it's for other Taurus people who are super spiritual, but this feels like it's for him. But it's saying it's children. There is a divine child. And honestly, I've been getting this message for the longest time, but I didn't want to say it. But there is some divine child, an energy that wants to be born and birthed. So you could take it or leave it or whatever, but it's my duty to say it. So I'm saying it. All right, let's get, let me see, what time is it? I'm trying to keep these short, so you know what? I'm going to pull a spirit card and then we'll end it because otherwise it goes on and on and on. So let's get a yogic path. Spirit guys, can we get one last card? One last card for the Taurus man. One last card for the Taurus man for the weekend, 9th to the 11th. One last card for the Taurus man for the 9th to the 11th. Thank you. Ganesha, the Lord of Wealth and Obstacles. Let's see, can I go, here does that show? On the bottom we have Dhumavati. I like her. I just looked her up recently because I got it for another reading. Dhumavati is this like crone goddess. I mean, she's not described very glamorously, but you know what's crazy? Like, she's really super deep, and she's supposed to be one of like a gatekeeper of like supreme knowledge, and she gives blessings and boons of having special gifts, like being able, the gift of sight, right? Like, you know how you see the seer cards with these two? The gift of sight is something that she gives. I'll read it. Dhumavati. All right. And Ganesha. So let's start with Ganesha. It's interesting. I haven't had that card here yet. 117. Page 117. These are the last two cards. Okay, so Ganesha, it says upright. Okay, first of all, it's a god of new beginnings and remover of obstacles. Upright and a reversed. So the upright says you are at the beginning of a new venture that is going to bring you great joy and success. Ganesha has been removing the roadblocks placed before you, granting you a smooth transition into this very moment. These roadblocks do not exist outside of you, however. They are the vrittis, fluctuations of the mind, represented by his vehicle, the mouse. When you calm your wavering mind, you are able to overcome any obstacle. Ganesha will continue to bring you good luck, success, and harmony with the sweets of Ananda, the awareness of your true consciousness as bliss. So they are the vrittis. Okay, the roadblocks, however, they are the vrittis, fluctuations of the mind, represented by his vehicle, the mouse. You know, Ganesha's vehicle, the mouse, was a Gandharva, right? Gandharva is the class of beings that are artists, right? Like they are the amazingly creative, musical, beautiful artists, right? And Ganesha's mount was a great Gandharva, right? A great artist or whatever, and offered himself as the mount to Ganesha. So he was turned into this rat or mouse. But when he says they are the vrittis, fluctuations of the mind, represented by his vehicle, the mouse, it could be these roadblocks placed. It's like, it reminds me of the vibe of, like, you know, when the Buddha is about to become enlightened and then Mara brings all the different illusions out in front of him to cause obstacles, like beautiful women and, like, you know, riches and, you know, other kinds of weird kind of imagery or whatever, anything to get the Buddha to break his concentration, to come out of the deep meditation, which would have brought enlightenment, right? So obstacles, and then you've got, it says it's the fluctuations of the mind brought about by his mouse, right? Represented by his vehicle, the mouse, which is to do with all of that kind of energy. Like it reminds me of like social media, like pop culture stuff, like, you know, when you get bombarded with all these plastic kind of things. Anyways, reverse, it says, has life been feeling a little more difficult than usual, as though you're faced with another obstacle each time you turn a corner? Ganesha, remover of obstacles, also places obstacles in the path of those who need to be reminded of their true nature. Ask yourself, am I living life out of my highest integrity? Am I using my skills to help the world? Am I sharing my passion and wisdom with others? Am I giving generously out of true compassion? Write an honest tally up of how you are doing in various areas of your life: career, relationships, community service, wellness, and spiritual practice. Note the things you could shift more focus to. When Ganesha sees you are making an effort, he will begin his work of removing obstacles again. And the mantra is Om Gan Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Now let's go to Dhumavati. And that's the last card, 111, 111. Goddess of disappointment and letting go. Upright, you, my darling, have finally realized that all of the hardships and struggles you faced were brought on your path for a very important reason. They've shaped you to be the person you are today. You've put together the dots on all the most difficult points on your journey and realized that it was all necessary to be here now. Dhumavati has come to remind you to give thanks to the struggles you faced. They have made you your highest self. Reverse. Letting go is not always a bad thing when you know it's making space for something better. Did we not talk about that? What card was it? It's either acceptance or 3-1 about making space. You gave up, you sacrificed something to make room for something else. All right. Letting go is not always a bad thing when you know it's making space for something better. Dhumavati is the pain and the struggle that makes you who you are. She is the phase right before your enlightenment when you experience the void. Didn't I just say that with the Buddha story? She is your shadow self, the thing you didn't want to look at, even though it is a core part of who you are. She is moving past the illusion. Maya, looking life and death right in the eye and seeing they are both sides of the same coin. Know that Dhumavati is guiding you through this difficult time and your highest self awaits on the other side. Mantra is Dhum Dhum Dhumavati Swaha. See, that's the interesting thing about her. She's got this like Saturn vibe where, you know, it's not glamorous. It's like kind of it's pretty humbling. Like it says that where she likes to go, it reminds me of that Magic Lepton card. Okay, it's the Dakini of like, it's about releasing ego beliefs or whatever, and cutting down your ego. Dhumavati is a Dakini who used to go to the charnel grounds too, like where bodies are dumped, right? That's where she would meditate. That's where she would chill. That's where she would hang out. Okay, to meditate on, letting go, not being attached. It's very Magic Lepton. It's very cutting the ego, right? And giving everything and being like, I'm not attached to this, whatever, to find your highest self. And she gives boons of being able to see, having secret knowledge. She's supposed to be an enlightened being as well. Anyways, that is it. That's your reading, Taurus. I know I went off, but I'll be back with your weeklies. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. This is really, really good. It says that not only do you have your happily ever after, wish fulfillment, but it's with a beautiful energy and you're taking action. And it says that you're going to have a very, very special child when you do have kids. If that's what you've been really wanting, it's saying this is like confirmation. You're going to have a very special child is waiting to be born to you anyways, whoever it's with. All right, that's your reading. Talk to you guys later. Bye.